All right, good afternoon. Welcome to another bus stream. Oh my god, I dropped my phone. Today we're looking at some modded maps. Well, I've got one in mind, which is the Oberhavel map, which was, according to the Steam Workshop, the most recently updated one. So I wish I could remember what buses, not sure what this one is, what buses come with that, but we shall find out. I believe it's the... See, if it had the thumbnails, it would actually help. I don't know why this tends to happen. Is it the OVG? I think it's OVG. I think it's OVG. Where is the Oberhavel map? There we go. Potentially incompatible. Potentially incompatible. See, the interesting thing is that we're not on the beta. We are just on the regular version of the game. So why is this one, which is a repaint, definitely compatible and everything else isn't? Very interesting. Anyway, I'm going to leave all other mods as they are. I'm not going to turn off or turn on any other one, just the specific ones to the Oberhavel map. So OVG, 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 those are all active. This one is also active. Do we have any other ones? Not right now. So, hopefully, even though it says potentially incompatible, technically, that means it's also potentially compatible. But we shall find out. We shall find out. A slight freeze. Hopefully that should sort itself out. Hopefully. See, what the smart thing to do would have been is to perhaps test it out first before streaming it. And then one would have known for sure whether it's compatible or not. But hey, the fun way is to do it this way. And so that's what we've opted for here. I feel like these splash screens are sometimes skippable and sometimes not. Depends on the day of the week, time of the day. Right, let's go here. I actually have no memory of what the map was like previously. It does seem to be... Hold on. Okay. Yeah, there does seem to be a weird, like, gap here. So, I'm not sure whether there is a road that connects these two parts that just isn't showing up for whatever reason. Or if there actually is just a gap, which I feel like would be equally odd. I think I'm going to start with the lengthiest service. So what, 34 minutes there, 33 minutes. Oh wait, no, that's the one. There we go. So 33 minutes was the first one. Hold on, this is Hamburg. It's showing me the Hamburg lines because I'm yet to select. Where is it? Where's the operating plans? There we go. So we need... Where's the operating plan for... Okay, why do the arrows disappear? Hello? Why do arrows disappear once you click on the... Hello? Why is only Hochbahn? Hochbahn's the only one that we can select. Oh, because Hamburg is still selected. Oh. A dinosaur. Okay. I just hadn't selected it yet. Cool. Now we've got the correct lines showing up. And now we can see what's what. So the 136 is 21 minutes long. 800 is 15. 804 is 53. 821 is 33. 823 is 20. 824 is 58. So just over an hour. Just over an hour. Just under an hour. So this is... Look, this looks like the one to go for right now. M36 is only 12 minutes. M45 is only 9. RB12 is only 7. RE6 is 15. You know what? For a modded map, there's actually quite a bit to choose from. This, in terms of like variety, certainly, what's the word? Rivals the default maps. Right, for vehicle, I don't remember all the maps that I've driven that are modded. I've got just mixed up in my head. So I know there was one which had a lot of like tight roads. I don't know whether it was this. I don't know whether it was the Uberland map or any of the other ones. But to play it safe, I think we'll do... Let's do a short bus. I'll drive the Scania. It's been a while since I've driven this thing. Or has it? what's the bus I haven't driven in a while, in the longest time? I've driven the Galaxus recently. That was yesterday. The MAN, I think we drove last week, if I'm not mistaken. The Mercedes Benz we drove yesterday. So it's between these two. When was the last time I drove you? I don't remember. If we have the right livery for this, I might do this one as well, like the proper short one. If we've got the right livery, which we do, I might just go for this one. Let's go for this one. Let's go for that one. Everything is synchronized. I didn't know that this at least is partially based on a real place. And some of the lines are real. I think 824 is the entire real line. Also, I like the custom loading screen. I don't think they needed to do that, and they did, and I greatly appreciate that. Oh, it's crashed. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, so failed to find collection buffer. Collection buffer? Okay, an asset is missing. Seemingly so. Okay. So in that case then, okay, so last updated, when was that? Does it say? Updated 9th of April. 9th of April, 9th of April. What do the change notes say? They're in German. Oh look, update for the bus 1.0. So then... Okay, these comments are not going to help me much. This is when I need Jackson in the build to come in. So technically, I mean, it should run, considering we are on 1.0. Just the public version, which is v1.0. That's a shame. I was actually looking forward to that. I was very much looking forward to that. Okay. Let's move to the second most recently updated one. We got a Polish map. I had no idea we had a Polish map. Oh, this looks pretty well done. I mean, the textures look... Oh, no, you know what? They're actually not too bad. Okay. And it's got an English description, which is very helpful. Map is 1-to-1 scale. Okay, so it's based on a real location. Southeastern Poland. Oh. So you'll sometimes only drive through a street with empty space. So it doesn't sound like it's completely finished. Also, I'm seeing a few people say that the map isn't compatible with the most recent update. Now, I do wonder if I was to go back to one of the early access versions of the game, if it would just run problem free. Have a look at Uberland map, because I know Uberland map was one of the ones that I enjoyed. 23 hours ago, incompatible and crashes when it's enabled. Someone else says it was incompatible. Okay. So it looks like a lot of the map mods are not compatible with the recent version, in which case there may not be any other choice but to go back to an early access version of the game. Now, the issue with that potentially is if we do go back to an early access version, I wonder what that would do to our economy mode progress. Would it be worth trying? I think there's only one way to find out. Or we scrap the mod stuff for today and stick to probably just stick to doing the economy mode stuff, really. We might have to just revert to the economy mode stuff and let that be the plan for today. Right, where is Unreal Engine? It likes to hide, and then when I find it, it just so happens to be at the same time that the application fully closes itself. And for some reason, it likes to hang over here instead of somewhere at the bottom. Right, there we go. Right, out of curiosity, if we were to go back to 3.1, how much time are we looking at in terms of download? I won't really be able to tell until this actually reads 100, which it should do. Okay, probably around 5 minutes roughly once it peaks. I mean, it was at 111 for a few seconds. I really, really hope that this doesn't mess with our save files. It may even be too late to go back from this point forward. I don't think 5 minutes is too bad, as long as it doesn't jump around as well. That should be relatively okay. Hello, monkey. I mean, I think it depends on what tickles you, really, isn't it? Maybe I should have added a bit of elevator music as well. How you doing, mate? The interesting thing is, well, couple of interesting thing. First of all, is that the map I wanted to give a go has allegedly been updated. Allegedly, wasn't the case. Second interesting thing is, I may have potentially completely scuffed my economy progress so far. So, I mean, if this fixes the map that I'm trying to play, I mean, even at that point, I don't know if it would have been worth it. And if it doesn't fix it, then, well, I guess we'll just have to contend with that. All is good. That's good to hear, man. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. As long as my nose isn't beating me up, I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty good. I think it's going to be odd streaming without a face cam for a while. I mean, I think it takes a bit of the pressure off me. But I've always thought it is a little bit odd streaming without a camera, you know? Hopefully it's not too long before I get it sorted. And I'm intrigued as to why the internet speed has completely dropped off at the last 200 megabytes. Hopefully that will also resolve itself. And we can get driving. Hello, Transport. I'm doing good, thank you, mate. How are you doing? You been playing around with the 147 at all? I don't know what's crapping itself in this situation. Is it the drive? The internet speed is fine. Just another German loco, not too much to it. Yeah, pretty much what I said in my video about it, to be honest. It's a nice addition. I think like another train will always be a nice addition to the game. Bit more variety, bit more to choose from. It does give you a bit of a different experience, I guess. And it's quite unique in the sense that you've got the screen that shows you like the destinations when you're running passenger services. So it does, it does do some things differently. I'm still not completely convinced with regards to like the acceleration and braking power. I haven't played it since would it have been Tuesday? Either Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. But I don't think the game's received any update. I don't think the game's received any update regarding it. So I think it's still as is. And yeah, just not completely convinced about how powerful it is, but it's nice. And obviously you get the timetable for the Stuttgart route, which is fairly busy. although it's one of those routes that's fairly busy at each end. Like Hellbron's decent. It's not like packed out, but Stuttgart will ask a lot of your machine. Stuttgart will ask a lot of your machine, especially. Actually, you know what? I was gonna say especially if you're there around peak time, but I don't even think that necessarily really matters. I feel like every time I've gone through there, well, started there or ended there, there's been a lot going on. Decent bit of variety as well. With regards to the actual trays themselves, more so than are you serious? More so than the like liveries and stuff, because it's still just all red everywhere. Other than the ICE, of course, which adds a splash of white. Right, is disabling all mods gonna help? No. God damn it. I assume. I don't know actually where the saves go. Where would it be on my games? That would just be too easy, wouldn't it? That would just be too easy. It's Aerosoft, the bus. There we go. Right, mods. It's just got mods. Huh, you can install mods externally then. I didn't know that. That's handy to know. Gonna give it one more go. And if it still doesn't work, then I guess we just go back to the public version. I'll probably just skip the public version and just go straight to the beta version. And then we'll just do economy modes. We'll just do some economy mode stuff. Yeah. It's completely cooked. Completely cooked. At least though, it stops when you tell it to, which is handy. Right, back to the beta we go. That's really annoying. That's really, really annoying. Looking forward to Todd May and Trent Valley a lot though. Birmingham Crew is terrific. Yeah, it's cool that Birmingham to Crew, it's come out quite a while ago now, hasn't it? And it's still, like, it still gives plenty of value in terms of playability. I think that's what we really should be looking for from a route, because at the end of the day, we're just driving trains back and forth. Like, it's not easy to have a route that actually keeps you hooked for a decent length of time. Like, the Just Trains routes do that pretty well. The Blackpool one especially, I feel like with the West Coast Mainline one, it mainly is just A to B and B to A again. Like, you've got the Morecambe branch, which is okay, but for the most part, it really is just back and forth through the same section of track. Tardame, a lot of people seem to be quite optimistic about Tardame. I can't say I'm one of them. I'll be honest. If it comes out and it's like polished, I'm not gonna say bug free. I think bug free is unrealistic. But if it's like decently polished and, you know, looks like it was worth the wait, I won't be too mad at it. But we've waited, what, 3 years now already, right? 3 years and counting. Is it 3 years and counting? It was CSW4. So what, 2.5 years, let's say? Over 2 years and counting. I'll say over 2 years to be safe. Which is already, like, quiet the while. Then we've had there was one of the, like, not teaser videos, but one of the videos that actually showcase the route a little bit, where the colors were just super, super, super saturated and off. The frame rate was a bit all over the place. That was concerning. They released another video, like gameplay video. That one was okay. It was better. But then since then, the only real thing we've seen, some decent screenshots, but then the the March roadmap, if I remember correctly, had it on there, and all it was for was to say that, oh yeah, the window size has been changed. And it's like, okay, we appreciate like updates and kind of like in progress news and whatnot, right? It lets people know that the product isn't dead. But when it's to that degree, it just seemed like it was very forced, like it was there just to be there, basically. And that was weird, in all honesty. Never played it in Train Sim Classic though, so I've got no idea what to expect. I don't know whether that's better or worse. I think probably a little bit of both. Been getting Unreal Engine crashes a lot. I mean, when I'm like yesterday we were good. I had all mods disabled yesterday and was just doing like, did a bit of economy modes, bit of Hamburg, bit of economy mode, and then we played the run on Hamburg. It was okay. It was actually okay. I don't think I had a single one. The crashes that we had just now a few minutes ago were more so because I'd gone back to the early access version of the game, which I can only assume isn't playing nice with my save files. But because my save files are online, I can't like do anything about that, basically. With Barometer Crew, the 350 is great. BTV too. I forgot about the Evero, you know. Evero, however you pronounce it. That's the thing with train DLCs. They're a lot easier to be forgotten about if they're not used, if they're not put on, like if they don't end up layering on a lot of routes. BTP livery is very cool though. I won't even lie. Yeah, that's honestly what Tadame has been like. It's just been like somebody's project. And if it was like that, fine. But it's not. Like Union Workshop are pretty well known for their content on TSC. So there's a decent bit of expectation, I think. And a decent standard that's expected. And fair enough, it's their first shot at TSW. But goodness me, man. It's taken a while. I don't know, Monkey. Transport. Does the Tadame line have a stretch of high speed? I mean, the trains definitely don't seem made for that purpose. And from what I recall reading about the route, it seemed just like a casual... It seemed like a Japanese Nidotoban, if anything. There'll probably be opportunities, I would guess, to kind of stretch the legs a little bit of the trains, but I wouldn't say high speed from what I've read. Yeah, there's quite a lot. It's quite a lot of East Asian content. I think there's a couple of Chinese routes as well on TSC. Obviously Japanese. I had a Chinese route. Well, I have a Chinese route for TSC. One of the high speed ones. Let's see if I can find it actually while this downloads. I'm not quite sure what's up in my speed. It's a little bit frustrating. I don't know why it's not just at a constant 100. Train Sim Classic. Oh, I wouldn't mind a little go at that. Right. It'd be nice if I actually had like images of what I've got, or like with their thumbnails, because I remember what it looks like. I know what it looks like. Was it this one? No, because then it would say I own it, right? No, but it was a similar looking train to this. And I tried to load it up. This was like ages ago. I tried to load it up and it just it just wouldn't run well. It was running at like 10 FPS. I don't know the name of it off by heart, but I should be able to clock it, hopefully. No, I can't find it. Okay, I'm not sure how I had it. Maybe it was on a previous version of the game before I had it on Steam. But I've read a little bit about those routes on the forums, like when people have mentioned them here and there, and there does seem to be a thing with those routes and performance. Not high speed, no, max line speed like 60 or 80 kilometers an hour part of the route as long straight. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And it's interesting because that doesn't necessarily mean it might be boring. You look at something like the Czech route, that's all like, I think that's like max 80 kilometers an hour, all twisty turvy. And it's one of the best bloody routes in the game. Hello, Mr. Hank. Yes, bus. Right. Let's do this and I'm going to get to changing the titles because we're just going to have to resort to the economy mode stuff. I will BRB. Yes, disable all mods, por favor. Oh, this is interesting. I've never seen that screen before. All right. Jesus Christ. Let's get to economy. Resume game. I do like that it resumes like exactly where you left it. I also hope eco mode isn't too much of a grind. Like I've got hints of that here and there. But that's what it could be. Right. Will I be able to change the title from the Twitch app? I mean, you would think it would be possible, right? I also forgot to change my stream setting thing to try and see whether stream a different way so that I can see if I can get the resolutions, all the resolutions to show up on Twitch. I literally didn't remember until just before I played, just before I started streaming. Right. Economy grind. Do the same for YouTube as well. Right. Thank you for the like on YouTube, whoever it was. And I'll probably just change this to the regular. I'll change this to the regular thumbnail. And we should be good to go. Wait till you see this. I've jinxed it saying it'll be a good route. Man, it's going to be rough on, I think, on everyone involved, man. On Union Workshop, on us as the players, on DTG. If after all this wait, it's just, yeah, like super underwhelming. That's going to really suck for everyone involved. Right, almost an hour into the stream. Shall we finally get started? Calendar, where? I accepted the order yesterday, didn't I? Orders. Oh, no, yeah, this one. How do I start that then? Monday, 13th of April, okay. Open calendar. It should be here, no? We'll skip to the 13th of April. But it should show up. Oh, I haven't assigned it to anyone. No. Okay, clicking it. I don't know, how the hell did I do this last time? Order manager? Ah. There we go. So now, how does one begin? Start tour, there we go. From the first stop, please. It would be nice if when you press start from depot, it gave you enough time to drive to the first stop, rather than forcing you to rush. Gonna get my tablet hooked up as well. Alrighty. Doing everything on these screens really does make everything so much easier. Get the aircon going as well. Put it up to 21. Log on to the computer. We should see people start walking in about 2 seconds. Due to depart in about a minute. I think I might leave a touch earlier. I wish I could see. I wish it would show you at the end of each run how well you did, so I know like what to expect of the reputation. Because we've done 4 runs so far. I think they were done pretty well as well. And somehow our reputation is only 8%, which does make me fear a little bit for the expectations that have been set and what's to come. I will say though, it's nicer driving during the day.
S- und U-Bahnhof Zoologischer Garten.
I think things will start flowing a lot easier once... That was interesting. Once we start employing drivers. I've got enough for another bus. I can buy another bus, but there's not going to be anyone to drive it. And I guess it would be nice to have a bus that I could swap with this one. But we are going to be nowhere near making a return on our investment.
S- und U-Bahnhof Zoologischer Garten, Lebensstraße.
I wonder if the trains run on a particular schedule. There was a setting in OMSI that made it seem so that they run to like a proper train timetable. Same with the planes, actually, interestingly enough. But I don't know whether that was referring to just the schedule given in game, or whether it was based on a real one. If it was based on a real one, that would have been very cool. Although, I'm not sure what I would have made it of the work being put into that instead of gameplay stuff. The development cycle for OMSI 2 is of course very short. Hey, I just realized I've got a CCTV screen here. I just want to turn that on. I don't think. Well, the thing is, this is the... Whoops. That there is the camera. Like the passenger thing. So what's this screen meant to be? I've got no idea. Probably not best to check it as I'm driving.
Steinplatz.
What does this do? Pantograph. Pantograph? Okay, it's none of these. Surprised I'm only just noticing it now. Okay, we seem to just have no passengers anywhere. Aside from the very first stop. I'm going to take it somewhat nice and easy so that we don't get too ahead of our schedule. Hello, Surf. Good evening, sir. How you doing, mate?
U-Bahnhof Ernst-Reuter-Platz.
I'm glad we don't hear that phone ringing as often as we used to. It used to be fairly annoying. Okay, we've got some people here. Are they going to get on? The truck was pretty close, Surf, but that's just how it is, even in reality. You've got two wide vehicles just about fitting in their respective lanes. Just how it is. And it's always going to look like things are a lot closer than what they actually are as well. Questionable lane change, I think, from myself. It's very quiet on the traffic side. Considering it's practically rush hour, you'd think it would be a lot busier. I mean, everything's maxed out. Glad to hear that you're doing good, Surf. I'm doing well, thank you, mate. I'm doing very well. Guess what Henk is doing? Coming up to 6 p.m. local time. Henk is currently up to something. What could it be? I don't know. I have a feeling it may be this, but I'm uncertain, Henk. So do let me know. I think it could be cooking. Would I be right?
Marchbrücke.
Maybe the bus users have a bio-implanted EU ID and wallets to get on the bus. The way they're just very confidently getting on without buying a ticket would seem to suggest that yes, we are in a parallel universe where the EU has gone ahead with this digital ID stuff through a implanted brain chip. Should have left him off the bus. You know what? More than anything, I can be a prick. I definitely can be a prick. I think more than anything in that particular situation is the fact that we're running very, very, very slightly ahead of schedule. And so it's a bit of an excuse to let time catch up a little bit. I'm right, Hank. I should get a cookie. Send me a cookie. What are you cooking today?
Dovebrücke.
Yeah, the streets are eerily quiet. I'm not too sure what's going on with that. We had no passengers for about 3 or 4 stops. Burritos. Listen, you can never go wrong with some burritos, man. I love me Mexican. I haven't had enchiladas in a while. Enchiladas are one of my favorite things to eat, and I just completely forgotten that they even exist. Some bus stops have a button to tell the next bus stop. A button to tell the next bus stop. Oh, hello. Wasn't looking. Streets are a lot quieter than usual. That's an interesting phone ringtone. Do we have anyone here? We do.
Hi.
Beef and salad sandwich. Enjoy it, man. I've always wanted the... Is it Tesco or Sainsbury's? One of the one of our supermarkets. It's like a beef and something sandwich. I've always wanted to try it. That and pastrami as well. I finally had pastrami. I think it was like last month or something. When it's ordered food at like 1 a.m. and it was one of that place was one of the few that were open. I was pleasantly surprised that they had it, and I had an excuse to order it because I haven't had anything pastrami since before then, since 2016. Oh, there's a speed camera here. I've never noticed it. 2016, 2015, I think, or 2016. A long time, basically. A long time. There's quite a bit of police activity here. Would a bus stop too harshly make you lose points? I don't think so. I don't think so. There doesn't really seem to be a system with regards to passenger comfort. There's no penalty for crashing or speeding or anything of that sort that I'm aware of. You would think with the economy mode something like that would be implemented. That would help with like the whole reputation thing as well. Doesn't seem to be the case though.
Guten Morgen.
Single
Einen
circuit,
Einzelfahrschein bitte.
circuit, ticket, Berlin ABC card. You know what? I love the people that pay with card because it just makes life so much easier. I mean, I don't mind having to do a bit of math. I'd rather just do it the simple way. I do wonder if the lack of traffic is just something to do with the game being in beta. I'm on the beta version of the game. I do wonder if it's something to do with that. That's the thing with beta, is like you get to try the new stuff and any fixes and patches early, but with the caveat that you may bump into one or more of many issues. The indicator thing is really annoying as well. There's not really any telling as to when and why. Sometimes it will cancel itself straight away. Hey, I'm not Mr. Stinky. I'm Mr. Bossy. So I guess if I do stink, then it's a scent of diesel about me. How you doing, Dan? Are you talking about a ramp, sir? Like a bus ramp? Must be here of these jokes. Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way, mate. Hello, Machiavelli. Tattoo man, how are you doing? A bus ramp, yeah. I don't know how it is in South Africa stuff, but as far as I know, generally, it can be requested with a button on the side of the bus, but it's the driver that would cause it to extend. Domino's Pizza. I really do love the fact that we've got real brands. And here, I keep mentioning it over and over again, but like, in what other game do you see this in the game's vanilla state without any mods? Not very often. The only other game I know to do that was OMSI, ironically. Tomorrow's the next session. What, from the last time that you told me about, or have you had anything in between? I guess it would make sense if it was from that last time, because it's given that one time, that tattoo time to heal, isn't it? No, but I mean, Dan, like free roam games where you're driving on the street and you're seeing like McDonald's, Domino's, KFC,
Bahnhof Turmstraße.
Primark, bloody Primark, Vodafone, a couple of Vodafone stores that I've seen here. Like even the Hamburg DLC doesn't have any of that. No shout to activate it. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's the bus driver. Otherwise, people could just abuse it. I guess it depends on how civilized people are. I know for sure if that was the case here and people could do it themselves, school kids would be just trolling constantly. I mean, I remember we got my school when we were younger. We got told off numerous times because of like what people from my school were doing. I remember there was an occasion on the bus that I was on where somebody had thrown like a Coke bottle. It was a small plastic one, but it hit a woman on her shoulder, and then we got told off for that. Then there was another situation on a different bus where I wasn't on, where I don't think it's a thing anymore, but a lot of our buses used to have emergency doors at the back of the bus on the bottom, and people were just kept opening it basically.
Kirchstraße, Altmoabit.
Phones weren't as advanced as they are now. There was no TikTok to keep our brains away from the outside world. Man is gonna be 100% done tomorrow. Fingers in hand, mostly background. That's crazy, man. That's bro. It's always gonna be like it's always like I'm hearing it for the first time, and I don't even want to imagine the pain as well. No cam, yeah, no camera at the moment. Basically, the phone that I use, I mean, it's quite temperamental. Like it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Like right now, it seems to be working fine, but it was also working fine yesterday, and then didn't work. I've got a crack on the bottom left of the screen, and there was what looked like ink coming from it, like coming out of it, but not like out of the phone. Like it looks like it leaks onto the screen. And it's been that way for about 2 years, like no problem. And then recently it seems to finally succumb to that issue. And so my phone screen will go black, and then on there'll be like a strip, like a thick strip at the bottom that's like really bright, really bright, and it keeps flickering. So that was happening for maybe a day or two, and then since the day before yesterday, I think, it then just went black and it just wouldn't display anything. And then like I said, it comes back. It's temperamental. It comes back, and then it will go. Then it will come back. Then it will go. So, yeah. I mean, you know what? I'll give it a go. Seeing as it's working now, I'll give it a go. I also think that charging it might have something to do with it. Like when I plug in the charge cable, then it starts to behave a bit funny. Let's give it a go. Hopefully this works. Bonjour, Jackson. How you doing? Fingers crossed. There we go. It kind of works. Move this out of the way. And I can't zoom it out. Bloody Bixby. Bixby, who cares about Bixby in 2026? Right. Here's where things might go wrong when I plug it in. Okay, it's plugged in. Seems to be surviving for now. Here I am, in case you thought I was an AI.
Lüneburger Straße.
School kids patrolling school buses, sometimes they get out of the bus. Yeah, I guess it happens. It's just like a general thing that happens everywhere. Kids are gonna be kids, innit? Doesn't help for me or pain tolerance a bit. I mean, bro, after sitting through hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of pain, I would expect your tolerance to be fairly higher than the normal person. Skin that movie, that sucks. Yeah. I guess you just gotta be like super, super careful with it. I mean, you're not an amateur. That's good to hear, Jackson. I'm doing well myself, thank you, boss. The car thing fell through finance-wise, unfortunately, as I was thinking it would. But
Hi.
24 hours from now, I may or may not have one. One way or another, I'm getting it. One way or another, I'm getting it, man. I found a 2010 Peugeot 5008. Nice, big panoramic roof. Passengers' windows in the back have their own like sunshades that you can like put up, which I found pretty cool. Big windscreen. Pretty nice car, to be honest. And I've got plans to take out the stereo in there and replace it with like a screen of like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I don't know if I'm turning left. I am. So once I have the car, then I'm going to purchase it. I've already seen a couple that I'm interested in, just to help kind of modernize it a little bit. It may have some air conditioning issues. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, I don't think those will be a huge thing to fix. I'm going to try and do as much as I can myself. I'm going to like research how to do this, how to do that, whatever I want to do to it basically, and try and do it all myself. It's been a long time since I've tinkered. It was computers before, and I don't really tinker nowadays with computers. So I need a new like tinkering something to get my hands in. Bixby button on my phone has one function, that's to annoy me. You know what? I'm so glad they got rid of it. I don't know what possessed them to keep it on for as long as they did, Monkey, honestly. I don't think anyone is using that crap, but I mean, it was just that you know when there's like a something new, like a new tech, and then there's like a boom, and everyone wants to do it and put it on. I guess they saw Apple with their Siri and thought, "Nah, we need our own." But to make a dedicated button for it was a horrendous decision.
Washingtonplatz Hauptbahnhof.
I've really been shot 38 times in one go. Are you 50 Cent V2? Dan, the GeoGuessr is not... No, not Geo... No. No, not GeoGuessr. That's a bit of a slightly different genre. Sometimes it's meant to be. Yeah, honestly, man. Honestly, like... Yeah. I mean, I've had to have that mindset for a lot of things in my life. So I'll just put it down to that, man. I trust God's plan for my life, so if something doesn't go right the way I see it, I just put it down as it was a better choice for what could have been. Aircon will be fused with the system itself. Well, this is the thing. So the guy, like basically the guy that's selling it, made like a video on it, just like around the car and showing like the little dings it's got here and there and the issues with it, which was just the aircon really. But he wasn't very clear on exactly like what the situation was. He just said like it may or may not be working. It's like you can hear the motors turn on when he turns it on and it blows out, but he's not sure about it. So I'm not too sure what he's not sure about. I guess I'll find out for myself tomorrow morning. But yeah, you're Moroccan into another cousin. I've only got like, how many cousins have I got here? I've only got 2 cousins in this country, man, believe it or not. And in all honesty, at the moment, family ties are interesting to say the least. So I don't think that would have worked in my favor anyway. Can you tell that wasn't fun getting everything? That was even less. Wait, what were you shot by, Machiavelli? Els, what are you saying, bro? I'm glad you're on YouTube. I'm glad you're on YouTube. YouTube's got like all the resolutions for you, so you can't have a go at me anymore. How you doing, bro? Managed recharge. Oh yeah. It could just be that. I mean, the car's like coming up to 20 years old, so would make sense. It's 116k, I think, Jackson. Let me double check. I think it was 116k. I would have preferred something below 100k, ideally, but beggars can't be choosers. 116, yeah. 1.4.
Deutsches Theater.
The only other options I saw were a couple of Qashqais, one that was quite banged up, and a VW Touring that looks pretty nice, but it was at 146, so I wasn't likely to go for it anyway. And then even when I checked the ultra low emission stuff, it didn't qualify, so that was instantly a no-go. So that only really left a couple of options, and that was pretty much the best out of all of them. Machiavelli, like how, bro? Like what was the situation? Would you be able to talk about it? All right, Surf. No worries, mate. I think
Friedrichstraße, Reinhardtstraße.
obviously it would be nice to get what I want, right? But I think the priority here is give the family comfort and freedom in terms of travel. Like, it's been really restrictive, really restrictive, not being able to, not having a car. And like where we tend to travel to is like over an hour on public transport, which is fine. Like it works out. Like, we've been doing it. Goodness me, we've been doing it. But yeah, like if it's at night and it's cold,
S- und U-Bahnhof
it's just not ideal, man.
Friedrichstraße. Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen.
So you can imagine how big the buggy
Terminus.
is because
Please leave
it's
the
for
bus
twins.
here.
Again, it's manageable, and I'm very privileged to have free travel because I work for TfL, and that means my wife also gets free travel. So realistically, we could just take public transport and be okay, but it's not ideal, man. I don't mind having the car there, even if we use it once a week or just a few times a month. I'm happy with that. That's enough for me. You can't, no worries, man. No worries. That's still an insane story. Absolutely insane. Right, can we actually clear the trash from our bus this time? If there is any. You have to be so precise with the who the hell's on my bus? Wait, there's no one on the bus. Why did I press it by accident? I don't think so. Anyway. Public transport is so convenient, but the weather in London makes it not practical. Well, if you're talking Central Line, probably Victoria Line as well, and buses, then yeah, it sucks. Super sucks. Other lines are okay with their air conditioning. But if the car does have air conditioning, then I'm in the same situation. So I'll probably look to get that sorted soon as possible. Hey, that's life, Machiavelli, man. That's literally the motto for life. Shit happens. It can be some heavy ass shit. Still shit. Oh, this is the hotel. I was wondering what this was last time. "10-minute layover." Do I use car sharing? So there used to be a really good one. There used to be a company called Zipcar, and what it basically is, you subscribe to them, and you don't even have to pay. But you can decide to pay, and they have their cars like on the streets that you can pay to drive, basically. So as you can imagine, if you subscribe to them, the price for the cars are a little bit less than if you don't subscribe, and that was really handy, really flipping handy. Of course, during busy periods, you wouldn't really find many because everyone's taking them, so that was when it would be a bit bad. But aside from that, it was an incredible service, and unfortunately, they went bankrupt at the end of last year. Aside from them, if I was making, that's for like inner city. If I was making trips outside of the city, then I would use Turo, which is like you hire people's cars. Like, you can put your own car there and people will pay you to drive it. So that was working out pretty well. You'd get some, I mean, there'd be crappy cars, but cheap prices. So it wasn't too bad. But nothing compares to having your own, man. Nothing compares to having your own. Really, Dan? I'm happy for you, man. You enjoyed being back at work. Good. It's something you can at least open the windows. Exactly, yeah, man. Have all the windows open. And it's a big car, so the air will just be playing around inside. That is okay, Dan. I mean, it's day one, mate. That should be expected, if anything. Public transport in Singapore is great. Buses underground, all on Google and Apple Maps. Accurate run times in 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, we have that as well, Surf. I mean, delays do happen, right? So it's not 100% on point all the time. But you've got the TfL app itself. You've got Google Maps. You've got, what's the other one with a green background? City Mapper. And I'm sure there are many more as well. Like London, in terms of public transport, it's all pretty well organized on that front, but then you get hit with like strikes or delays or cancellations, and then it all goes in the drain. Like with how things run in London, especially on the underground, is the second something goes wrong, the domino effect comes very quickly. Very, very quickly. I want to call you the financial burden each month. I mean, it depends which way you go, isn't it, Els? Like, you can get a dinger for a few £100 and probably be okay, but it's a dinger. Or get something decent, but you're coughing up monthly for it. I'm actually quite happy that I've been pushed to buy. I don't like the idea of finance, I'm not gonna lie. It's good for credit building, and it's not like a big hit in one go for something modern. But the idea of not owning your car, I don't know, man. Like, I would like to have my car and own it. Like, it's mine. Whatever happens to it, it's okay because it's my car. There's no restriction on it. Out of the 9 that came in, you had 5 of them. It just means you're efficient, mate. Hope there's enough capacity for people. There is, for now, Surf, just about. Just about. The capacity is slowly dwindling. So, we're not too far away from breaking point, but, I mean, until then, we're okay. Yeah, like if you lease cells, then you've constantly got that burden on you to be paying monthly for it. But if you buy it outright, then all you're really going to be concerned about is, on a monthly basis, insurance, which you could just pay annually anyway and then not worry about it monthly, and fuel. Road tax is once a year, MOT is once a year. I got to pay road tax on it as well. £200 road tax. No worries, Dan. Just give taxes, it's optional. Well, technically, yes. You can just decide not to pay them. However, you then invite the risk of being fined and being prosecuted, having to pay back everything you didn't pay in one go, plus more. And you're, in a way, just constantly looking over your shoulder. Absolutely not else. Apart from our souls, boss. Absolutely not. If you do it clever, nobody notices below the 50k mark. This is the thing, Jackson. Here, they will arrest you for not paying your TV license. They will chase you up if you don't pay your TV license. You say a bad thing about somebody on Facebook, you will get arrested for it.
Friedrichstraße, Reinhardtstraße.
Like, petty stuff is actually, for some reason, the priority in this country. Forget the stabbings. Forget the stabbings. That's a minor problem. You dare do something that means the government isn't getting your money, and see what happens to you. Here, yeah, tax evaders get harder sentences than pedophiles. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. I mean, they can't punish their own people too hard, isn't it? Although they also tax evade, so... God knows what the logic is. Dad, I'm not gonna lie, mate. I still live that way. Because the fact that someone... This is what's annoyed me, like... And I've always used this very particular example because it's happened time and time again. Certain words that were just fine to use 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Someone just happened to decide, oh, you can't say that anymore. And then everyone just said, yeah, what he said. Yeah, you can't say that
Ich hätte
anymore.
gerne einen Fahrschein.
And all of a sudden now it's become like illegal. So, okay, that basically means today, as we can call anyone an idiot, we can use the word idiot rather freely. Someone can just come in and say, oh, you can't say that anymore, it's offensive to so-and-so people. And imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I can get cancelled for calling you an idiot. Well, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So what's the point in talking then? What's the point in using words? If someone can just come along and say, oh, you can't, I'm going to ban that one. I'm going to make that one illegal. You can't use that anymore. You can't say that in the workplace. Can you believe this is... I'm not for... To cover my behind, I'm not going to say for what company it was. But during the training, we were told we can't use the word disability. Disability. If someone's got a disability, they've got a disability. Like the word is just disability. They're less able. Okay, so we've gone from, oh, you can't call anyone a spastic, you can't call anyone a retard anymore because you're going to get cancelled. You just say they're disabled. Now, fast forward 10 years later, now we can't say disabled. So 10 years from now, 2036, what's it gonna be? At that point, just stop us talking. At that point, just stop us talking. What's the point? What's actually the point? If it's just a game, English has just become gamified. You have to say, Jackson, if they're blind,
Hallo.
that one they don't like anymore, blind.
Kann ich das
So
mit
you have to
Karte
say
zahlen?
visually impaired. To me, visually impaired sounds more rude. I'll be honest. Someone who has a disability with their movement. Now the correct term is mobility impaired. See you later, Machiavelli. You can't say dwarf anymore. See what I'm saying? Who's made this up? Who's made this up? Who has said this? Like, how has this come around? How did this happen under all of our noses? It just became a thing that, oh, you can't say this now, and everyone just agreed. Everyone just agreed, because no, it wasn't made like, it wasn't breaking news that this particular word and this particular words aren't allowed to be said anymore. So what happened was somebody told somebody you can't say that anymore, and the person just said yes, master. And then it kept going and going and going and going and going. Somebody kept telling somebody else, you can't say this. And the person just said, yes, okay. Because there's no annual words review. 2026 annual word review. Let's see what we can take away and add this year around. So it's just by word of mouth. I gave up on a woman said her dog didn't identify as a boy or girl, so it was a chosen vegan. I think they had somebody like that on, like, it's something on TV, but they wanted to test her theory. She was like, yeah, my dog's vegan, da-da-da-da-da, like, it's his, he made the choice. They're like, okay, are you sure? She was like, yeah, you know, like, it's basically, like, you can't do anything about it. So they're like, okay, so if we give him, so if you offer him meat, a meat option and a vegan option, you're gonna go for the vegan option. She said, yeah. They put down a bowl of, like, some vegetable stuff beside a bowl of, like, dog food, like meat dog food. Bro wasted no time chomping up on the dog food. And she was just left there red-faced. Can't say midget anymore. Never in calling anyone a midget did I, like, if I called someone a midget, I'm making fun of them for being short, right? But then if I use the word short in that same context, the whole thing is that I'm mocking you. It's like I'm joking around with you. So what does it matter if you change the words? I'm still gonna say something that has the same intention regardless of what word I use. It's just zero logic in it, man. Zero logic. Just policing for the sake of policing. I don't know what you're getting auto mod with, Jackson, because nothing's showing up on my side. But you already know it's got personal beef with you. You can't say short, it's so hurtful them just to call them just back in the day. It's just pick and choose, isn't it? It's just pick and choose. Like, you look at something like the N-word, for example. There's a history behind that word. Like a global history. This particular word hurts like 20 people, and now no one's allowed to use it anymore.
Hallo.
I'm blank. I'm blank. I like that. Give it 2 years. Give it 2 years. That same sentence, it would get tracked by MI6. You have agents at your door before the sun goes down.
Lüneburger Straße.
It's probably for the better, Jackson. Probably for the better.
Vorsicht, Rathenower Straße.
I miss the days we could just make fun of each other without penalties, mate. Those days are still here for me. If I had like a microphone live streaming 24/7, oh boy. Sad about teachers beginning to be politically correct when people are so inclined. 4% of the total population, not 96%. I wouldn't even go into what's going on in schools right now. If I could afford to homeschool, that would definitely be the way to go. Without you, I don't even need to think twice. Is it then on the same sort of spectrum of conversation we were having last week?
Hallo.
We call that Fridays in the office. Okay, cool.
Spenerstraße.
What is this? It's like a prison. That might actually be a prison. Too late, mate.
Kirchstraße, Altmoabit.
Jackson's just itching for some racism. That's not even like the topic of conversation. But he wants it to be so badly.
Hi.
I'm not justifying racism in what I'm saying. I'm justifying words just becoming illegal because someone said so.
Kleiner Tiergarten.
I have no idea whether this is one lane or two. I'll stay in the middle. I'm a bus. Mainly because the boss isn't in. Is your boss like stuck up then? Like proper stuck up? Take care, Machiavelli. Yeah, get some rest, man. Get some rest ahead of time. Hope it goes well, man. And it's worth the trouble.
U-Bahnhof Turmstraße.
$20 more in the chamber is diabolical. Am I not also running a 245 service? Why is bro just posted up? Well, then you can strengthen your other hand. I don't know if it would be a weaker one. Then you could become like fully ambidextrous. If it is. Hello. Oh wow, my words. Hello there, Mr. Simro Ambassador. You should be alright then, Machiavelli. There you go. Today's seminar got off it. Don't even bring that up, man. Don't bring that up to me. Just plays the manager card too much. I mean, you know what, yeah? I've been in a number of workplaces where people get upset because a certain person's doing their job, you know, like a manager's managing and a supervisor's supervising, and it's like okay, I hear why you're upset, but the person's literally just doing their job.
Hi.
See, the next update is texture streaming, which I've been told by a beta tester that VRAM usage dropped by 75%, which is huge. 75% consistently across the map, or just in one particular hotspot? That is huge. That's very huge, actually.
Ottostraße.
The game definitely has room for better performance, without a doubt. Is it just texture streaming, or is there anything else involved with it? Must have been the wind. Doesn't have to do it much because we leave it for Friday to do something, so then it's funny. Go play along. Yeah, solid, man. My best mate's the manager, and he's super cool. If he needs to manage you, though, he will manage you. But he's super chill. It's a beautiful day in Berlin today, isn't it?
Altmoabit, Gotzkowski-Straße.
It's a bit cloudy over here. Oh my god. How is that hitbox so big?
Moin. Könnte ich bitte ein Ticket haben? Was kostet das?
Franklinstraße.
Guten Tag. Eine Einzelfahrt bitte. Kann ich das mit meinem Telefon bezahlen?
Okay. My telemetry's just given up. Cool. I've never had a McRib before. I've had ribs like 3 times in my entire life.
Helmholtzstraße.
Can't sing Blah Blah Black Sheep. Wasn't Blah Blah Black Sheep actually based on like old school racism? Can never go wrong with a brioche burger, but never. I don't think I can ever go back to regular ones. Coleslaw is disgusting. Coleslaw.
Dovebrücke.
Guten Tag.
Raw. I'm transferring from Spotify to YouTube Music. I didn't even know was a thing. 9,256 tracks. What a great little thing. I didn't even know that was possible. How timely is it that it happens when I'm getting my new car? You know what, Surf? There was a conversation on the Dovetail forums that I saw last week, talking about certain, you know how companies will hire.
Hallo, eine Tageskarte bitte.
Someone's
Wie viel
basically
kostet
making the
das?
point regarding companies hiring people based on race, as opposed to, you know, for the sake of diversity, as opposed to like qualification. And they ended up getting told off and having their thread shut down. They didn't say anything wrong. They didn't say anything like out of pocket. That was any. They didn't say anything racist. It's a genuine problem. It's actually a genuine problem. And if that's not censorship, I'm not sure what is. I would love to do like bus driving for like a little period of time.
Marstraße. U-Bahnhof Ernst-Reuter-Platz.
Really? How tight are these lanes? $2,000 tracks done. 7,000 to go.
Morgen.
Standplatz.
Telemetry really is a wonderful thing. The fact that you can... What's the word? The word escapes me. But the fact that you can like be involved in the game that you're playing. It's very cool.
Lebensstraße.
Smoked beef is good. Can't go wrong with smoked beef, man. I'm very particular about my beef, but I'm not quite sure. Like, there's a particular one that I don't like the taste of. And then there's another one that I'm completely fine with, but I don't know which one's which. And it's the same, I think, for like lamb as well. I think there's like cuts of lamb that I just don't like. And then others that I'm completely fine with.
S- und U-Bahnhof Zoologischer Garten.
You know what? I think I said this. I think I said this last week. I've always been not a fan of mustards since I tasted it when I was younger.
Endhaltestelle.
But
Bitte
I'm willing
aussteigen.
to give it a go now.
Terminus.
Be it on
Please
like a hot
leave the
dog,
bus here. Sie können noch bis zur
sandwich.
Betriebshaltestelle mitfahren.
I'm willing to give it a go. Give it another chance.
Herzallee.
Not a lot of both. I love me pickles, man. Throw in as many as you want. I'm a big fan of pickles. Big fan of pickles, jalapenos. I missed the AI mod. I want to see if they're going to work. I might end up crashing my game, but I really do want to... I want a bit more life. Hello, Vic. Looking for a bus game. Thoughts on the bus versus Bus Sim 21? Well, Bus Sim 21... is not bad for like a bus game. It depends what you're looking for. Me personally, I like realism. Bus Sim 21 takes place in a fictional city, so already it's lost points for that for me. I also like being given lines to run, like real lines to run. I'm not a fan of creating my own route. Of course, if there's something that you like, then you know, the situation would be different for you. I think it does come down to preference, ultimately. Potentially incompatible. No. So the thing is, I've had mods before that were only active. They weren't potentially incompatible. They were all active. Which means they were all compatible. But yeah, the game crashed. No worries, mate. Also, I want to drive the double-decker MAN. I haven't driven that in quite a while. So I think I might come out of economy mode and just do a drive in that. Sounds horrible. It's actually a decent livery. This is cursed. Are there double deckers in Hamburg? I've never seen a double decker Hamburg bus. Okay, the double decker does line 100. Although, yes, I've got a picture, a very old one by the looks of it, but a picture of a double decker 200. So we'll take it. Mods cause bugs sometimes. The thing is, I think something drastically changed in the code for this game between early access and public release. So a whole lot of mods behave in a very funky way. See? None of those mods were incompatible. But yet, it's caused the crash. So we'll just have to make do. Just have to make do without. Disable all mods. Yes, please. We move again. I wish it would do something about the sounds. I wish someone would come along and save the sounds. Even if they just got the sounds from OMSI and somehow just like transferred the files. As long as it sounds like they've done a relatively good job, I'd be content. I do find it cool that German double deckers have wipers on the top deck as well. Surprised we were able to get moving straight away without a problem.
S- und
That's the top deck view,
U-Bahnhof
right? Yeah.
Zoologischer Garten.
Colour red in London. All the buses are red. Good luck with them, Jackson. Looks like there's a little bit more life now in the game. Ribs are awesome to eat. You know what? As much as I've only had them a few times in my life, I've never had bad tasting ones. Maybe I've just got unlucky. But either way, I'm a big fan. This is a big ass bus lane. It's just how all the roads in Forza Horizon are like. It's so disappointing that 6 is going to be exactly the same. Like you get closer to the city and they start to become a bit more sensitive.
Breitscheidplatz.
But there's too many roads that I like that, man. And it still seems like there's just not enough roads as well once you go out of the main areas. It's like almost, the road system almost created with the same energy as like a PS2 game. Like you look at Test Drive Unlimited 1, and there'll be a lot of similarities in the road structure. Oh, there's a KFC. I don't know if I've ever had them inside a burger, so to be honest. Modern cars have some abilities to change the wiper. How do cars change wiper noises? Burger on the deep. Ah, makes sense. Makes sense. It's like boneless chicken nuggets. I know boneless chicken nuggets aren't exactly, not chicken nuggets, sorry, boneless chicken wings. I know boneless wings aren't exactly wings, but oh my god, they are good. If I have a choice to choose between boneless wings and regular wings, I'm choosing boneless every single time. Judge me, don't judge me, that's your own problem. I think I prefer driving double-decker buses because we mostly have double-decker buses here.
Budapester Straße.
I don't know if that braking noise is meant to be there. Oh, there. Oh no, there is someone there. They're in the bushes. But I like it because it gives the bus a bit of character. You going to come? Yes. Eventually. Oh, it's a sheep.
Corneliusbrücke. Nordische Botschaften, Adenauer Stiftung.
I'm glad the force feedback is improved. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Not better than it once was.
Guten Abend.
I did not think this was a two-way road, I'm not going to lie. I thought there was a road over there, but it's a pathway.
Tiergartenstraße.
Speaker's very close to my ears. Nah, I think it's too early for full headlights.
Philharmonie.
Where is that person going? They're just walking in a straight line no matter what obstacles in their way. Quite ahead of schedule at the moment. I'm gonna just try and take it easy. I've been taking it easy for the last couple of stops anyway. Driving way below the speed limit. Ah, you mean the sound for the indicator? Yes. Some buses have that option as well, where you can change the sound of it. Well, you can change the volume of it. I don't know if you can actually change the sound that it makes.
Varian-Freistraße, Potsdamer Platz.
Shopping center here? Ah. I think it would be cool to actually explore on foot one day. It would be nice if there were like enterable places, so you're not just confined to the pavement.
Guten Tag. Eine Einzelfahrt bitte.
I think this goes with
Bitte.
it.
Mit Beleg.
The eyebrows seem to suggest so, alongside her voice.
Abends. Einen Einzelfahrschein bitte.
Danke.
S- und U-Bahnhof Potsdamer Platz.
I don't think they're one-to-one of like the real prices because there's a mod that takes care of that stuff. But they seem logical. They seem sensible, I think.
Leipziger Straße, Wilhelmstraße.
But nice to turn the brightness down on that. Can barely read. I mean, I can't read what it says at all. It just looks like a green light.
U-Bahnhof Stadtmitte.
Not a single person has gotten off the bus yet. Don't even know if the rear doors work at all. No, not like there is on OMSI. So, you need to get up and walk around. Or check the cameras. A few chilling over there. Nice sunset behind them.
Jerusalemer Straße.
Are you talking about in the game, Jackson? Or in chat? Not sure, mate. I've been on a bus before that was running ahead of schedule and just stopped in the middle of the road. Like it was driving slow, and it probably wasn't slowing down enough. And then so it just stopped. There was a green light in front of it, and before it got to the green light, it just stopped. I don't know if I need to turn left or not. I don't think so, actually.
U-Bahnhof Spittelmarkt.
I wonder if Germany has bus lane cameras. Hello, JFK. By default, it's only Berlin. There's a DLC for Hamburg, and then there are mods for other areas. There's a mod
Hi.
for an area in Poland. There's a mod for an area in Austria. And then there are mods for some other places in Germany.
Fischerinsel.
No, you're okay. Twitch only doesn't appreciate it when it's Jackson. We have bus lanes in main cities as well. So yeah, I think every country does surf. Otherwise, public transport would be severely hindered by traffic, peasant traffic. This is new. Nice view. This is all new roadworks. I like this. I like when games like modify their maps. It's not just the same forever. Another bin fire? What's going on? Protesting has reached a new level here. I think I can, Jackson, but I won't. It's doing a good thing. Africa Cup is crazy. Is that what was going on? I don't know if I'm in the right lane or not. Something tells me I'm not. Didn't leave me with much choice, really. There goes the nice Mercedes. Hope insurance will cover that.
U-Bahnhof Rotes Rathaus.
Still nobody wants to get off.
Spandauer Straße, Marienkirche.
Listen, I'm not the one modding you, AutoMod is, so it's out of my hands, boss. Well, did I turn it on? Was it already on automatically? I think it may have already been on. And you know I have my motto, if something's not broken, it doesn't need to be fixed. AutoMod is doing his job, you know? if you were crucified for doing your job, how would you feel?
S- und
You're getting
U-Bahnhof
censored.
Alexanderplatz, Memhardstraße.
Listen, flies are attracted to shit. Bees are attracted to honey. You get my gist? Whoa. Braxton, just say normal things like a normal person and also not won't have an issue with you. You realise when you're just talking normally, it doesn't do anything? To me, it looks like it's working fairly well. Hey, no one else seems to be having any issues with it, so it does seem a bit personal, but maybe valid and personal. Maybe valid and personal. Oh, feel free. Please do.
Mollstraße, Prenzlauer Allee.
Add some more excitement to my life. Why not? You just won. Once I get the final judgment in writing, I'll have it transferred to you right away. As a matter of fact, I might even come to Germany and give it to you in cash. What is this guy doing? Well, I believe the serving would need to come prior to the judgment being given. So you're acting a little bit suspicious now. Do I truly owe you $4 million, or are you making it up?
Mollstraße, Otto-Braun-Straße.
You take gift cards. Okay. Steam? Would a Steam gift card do? Oh my god, would a Steam gift card do? Then you can buy your Ready or Not DLCs. Pay safe? What if I'm not trying to pay it safe? What if I want to take some risk? You want to discriminate against me? I thought that was what this whole thing was about.
Am Friedrichshain.
See, the Steam we can do. I need to have a word with Gaben. I was speaking to him earlier today, so I'll give him a call later and see if we can sort out $2 million in gift cards. The pay safe one, I'm a bit sussy about. I don't really like the sound of that. Welcome back, sir.
Betzowstraße.
NPCs have an interesting habit of stopping right on the edge of the road. If I take the pay monthly option, what are we talking about in terms of interest? Yeah, it's a nice touch, stuff. I'm glad they added that. I mean, I would expect nothing less for this type of game, in all honesty.
Am Friedrichshain,
But where they've
Hofelandstraße.
let themselves down severely, that could have also been a very real possibility of failure.
Abend. Ein Ticket bitte. Danke.
No interest?
Knipprode Straße, Danziger Straße.
Okay. Let's do it. Please drop your account details in the chat right now. To verify my identity. No. I don't think that's how it works. Drop your account information in the chat. I'll send you $1 to see if everything checks out. If it does, we can start from there.
Konrad-Blenkle-Straße.
Well, tough for them because I've already pawned the jewellery to get the 4 million. So very interesting NPC behavior. Oh, that looks cool. Keep it on night mode. Ooh. Ooh. Well, drop your address first so that I know it's not fake. If you drop yours first, then I know that it's a real situation and I will take it seriously and treat it as I should. Remember, we are wasting valuable time here.
Kniprode Straße, Storkower Straße.
Very realistic NPC driving. Something about that doesn't check out. I will need to verify that information with my lawyer.
Stedinger Weg.
Also, how did you get my exact postcode? That may also need to be brought up with my lawyer.
Michelangelo-Straße. Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen. Terminus. Please leave the bus here. Michelangelo-Straße.
خلاص. How do I only have a 4-minute turnaround? Anyway, that will be another day's problem. I'm going to leave it here for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I believe we have some SimRoad tomorrow. That should make one ASR very happy. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon, this evening. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe, health is wealth, and until the next one, peace out.